With Marvel's Phase 5 starting in February with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, fans are getting incredibly excited and beginning to theorize about what the inclusion of Kang the Conqueror could mean for the future of the MCU. Fans have started to share their thoughts on the upcoming phase and how they thought Kang was getting ready to create Battleworld. What is Battleworld? After the collapse of the multiverse, Dr. Doom stole the power of the Beyonders through Molecule Man and created a patchwork world from different pieces of all the destroyed realities. However, before he brought order to Battleworld and separated the different domains, it was in a constant state of chaos due to war and eternal darkness. There he ruled as God Emperor until Molecule Man gave the Beyonders power to Reed Richards, who restored the previous multiverse. Why is Kang working to create Battleworld? Doctor Strange is directly responsible for fabricating an absolute point in time with Thanos' snap in Avengers Infinity War, which he did by casting a spell on the Time Stone and, by extension, the rest of the Infinity Stones, which would cement the timeline that would ensure the Avengers' victory. Strange's spell would have affected several other timelines, including Kang's. Since no matter what a person does, they can't alter an absolute point in time, which we learned in What If, Kang would have continued failing to stop Thanos from snapping his fingers no matter what he did, which would have potentially kept Kang locked out of his own timeline, forever unable to defeat the Mad Titan. With this fixed/absolute point being there in the timeline, it could have long-lasting effects that may have also affected Kang in the future as well, whereby it could have locked him out of his timeline, and as he might try again and again to stop Thanos from snapping his fingers and cementing his timeline, Kang will then realize that Strange has made it an absolute point and cannot be altered. So all the things happening through phases 4 to 6 are what Kang is doing to carry out his plans within the timeline. How is Kang planning to create Battleworld? While Kang might not be able to change how things played out in his timeline, he can undoubtedly alter certain aspects of different events in other timelines. For example, a couple of items popped up near the end of Phase 3 and during Phase 4 that might have been placed there by Kang to help create Battleworld. 1. Shang-Chi's 10 Rings. If you can recall how, in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings mid-credit scene, Wong mentioned that those who had been in Camartage when Sean had first used the rings could feel it, revealing just how powerful the 10 Rings actually are. When Bruce Banner informs him that they are older than Wenwu, Wong sees that the rings have a beacon in them, which is sending a signal to an unknown location. Fans speculate that the rings aren't sending a signal to where, but to when, the signal is being broadcasted to Kang in the future, or it could be calling him in the quantum realm. Based on this theory, there is a good chance that the rings had been programmed to begin broadcasting a signal to their creator when Sean finally learned how to use his mother's powers and began wielding the rings himself. Sean is channeling his magic through Kang's tech, which would mean Shang-Chi is an integral part to Kang's scheme, and that this is the power he, Kang, can draw from instead of the Infinity Stones. Given that Kang the Conqueror is a time traveler, it wouldn't be far-fetched to imagine that the 10 Rings were his creation and that he planted them for Wenwu to find to ensure that Xuan would eventually wield them one day. I believe that Sean would play a big part in Kang's plan because Destin Daniel Cretton, the writer and director behind Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, will also be directing Avengers: Kang Dynasty. 2. Kamala Khan's Bangle. This theory originated with Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel. According to this theory, Kang is probably connected to Kamala's bangle too. It can traverse time and space after all. Given that the borders of the multiverse haven't stopped Kang the Conqueror in the comics, it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume that they can't do much to him in the MCU, making it entirely possible for him to be connected to Kamala's bangle somehow. 3. Quantum Realm Energy. This theory is based on Ghost's powers in Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you can recall that her condition was called molecular disequilibrium, which caused her to constantly phase in and out of reality, which, as one can imagine, was incredibly painful. In order to stabilize her body and stop the phasing, Ghost and her adoptive father realized that they would need quantum realm energy, which had been collecting in Janet Van Dyne's body for over 30 years. There is a good chance that Kang, who doesn't have the power of the Beyonders to help him, that we know of, will employ a similar tactic when bringing together the different pieces of reality he plans to use for his Battleworld. This could be why he's in the quantum realm, collecting enough quantum realm energy to keep the different realities from phasing out of existence on Battleworld. What do you think about all these theories, and what is your own theory? Write down in the comments below. And as if you enjoyed watching this video, please like and share it, and before leaving please subscribe so that you won't miss any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.